Viewers, I am happy to meet you after a long gap of time. Today, I want to discuss an important aspect, a most interesting and intriguing aspect of English and Tamil languages, namely the tense forms. So, it is proposed to discuss in a brief way the differences between tense forms in English and Tamil. Verbs are action words that we know. Verbs are action words, they describe action, the kind of action we do. Tenses of verbs relate to time of action. We see the difference. Verbs generally relate to describe actions, whereas tense of the verb relates to time of action. Time refers to past, present and future. Tamil and most other Indian languages have future tense. It is inbuilt in the language itself. Strangely, English language has no future tense, but it has future time. Future action is referred to not by the specific form of tense form, it is referred to by other means. Strangely, English has no future tense but has future time. Time is indicated by the use of present, past tense and temporal adjectives. Examples of temporal adjectives are yesterday, today and tomorrow, next week, next month and so on and so forth. Let us see how tense is indicated in Tamil verbs. For instance, we are going to read a few sentences where verbs are used with an intrinsic sound, a consonant, which determines the action, time of action. For instance, in past tense, we say padithen, kudithan. Here you find the consonant ith indicates past action, a completed action. To express present time, nigalkalam, padikkiren, mudikkiral. Here in these two verbs, we find the use of the consonant ik. Ik refers to the present action, தற்போதைய செயலை குறிக்கிறது. In Tamil, future tense, அதாவது எதிர்காலம் என்பது பின்வரும் வார்த்தைகளில் எப்படி வெளிப்படுத்தப்படுகிறது என்று பார்ப்போம். படிப்பேன், முடிப்பேன், நடிப்பேன். In these three words, we find the consonant ip indicates future time. So, in all the examples relating to three different tenses, we find certain consonants are bound with time. Ith refers to past tense, ik refers to present tense, ip refers to future tense, future time of action. Now, I trust viewers would have sensed the differences between English and Tamil verb functions. In Tamil, we have distinct indications indicating consonants built in with the verb by consonants. But in English, there is no such thing. Particularly with reference to future tense, we generally believe will, shall, may, can, could, might. These words help to, they are often confused as future tense. They definitely are not future tense, because ask anyone what tense is would, he would say past tense. What tense is might? Past tense. What tense is could? Again past tense. Then what is the other form? Present tense form? Can, may, will. These are present tense forms. This might be shocking to you, but this is how English language is constructed. But in grammar books, we find a section is given to future tense. Even in a column system of irregular verbs, we find present tense, simple past tense, past participle, and there is no column for future tense. Now you understand, you begin to see that will is the present tense form of would, shall is the present tense form of should, may is present tense form of might, can is present tense form of could. Then what type of verbs are these? They are in the present tense form and they assume past tense form also, but they are generally called modal verbs, M-O-D-A-L, modal verbs, and they are not brought into the category of past and present. Each has a different strength of expression. If you say I will, it shows certainty. I will go to Chennai tomorrow. Then you find I am going to Chennai tomorrow. What tense is used here? Am going. Am going is, practically speaking, present continuous. Am is present tense, ing form is continuous, present continuous, but it indicates a future action. I am going to. Present continuous is used to refer to future action. The college reopens in August. It reopens. Reopens is simple present tense, but the reference is to future. This is how English language is being used. We are used to using these things very easily, commonly, but we have been misled into believing these are future tense verbs. But understand clearly, there is no future tense verbs. But why this confusion? Why the reputed traditional grammar book by Wren and Martin and others mostly mention future tense? That is because English grammar was not specifically applicable to English language. Learners, scholars, grammarians in those years, they were learning Latin and Greek also. Latin is has a complicated grammatical system just like Tamil or Sanskrit. So they applied Latin rules to explain the native English language. That is why we find at several places exceptions. A rule is given and underneath you find exception to the rule. So this is how English grammar never developed its own grammar, but last 60-70 years scholars have understood English requires a special grammar for that language, their language, and as a result different types of grammars have now appeared. It almost started in the 1950s. Now it has gone to a great level, and all such confusions are resolved. I believe this has been an eye-opener to the viewers, to the readers, in understanding or overcoming the difficulty in using English tense. We will meet again in the next session. We will continue with the discussion of tenses.